My child, draw near and listen with the entirety of your being. I am speaking to you now, in this very fragment of eternity, and my words are spirit and they are life. Do not let your mind begin to wander. Do not allow your heart to drift away before you have received the fullness of what I intend to give you. The message I bring is a lifeline in a turbulent sea, and to let it slip from your grasp is to miss the very rescue I have orchestrated for you. There are blessings, my child, blessings of such depth and richness that they are poised like a mighty river behind a dam, waiting for the moment of release. But that release is contingent on your attention, on your readiness to receive. If you turn away now, you are not just walking away from words. You are walking away from encounters, from provision, from the divine alignment that precedes my greatest dome powerings in your life. I see you, my beloved. I see the inner workings of your heart and the patterns of your mind. I see the beautiful, fiery zeal with which you begin the tasks I set before you. It is a flame that burns brightly, a glorious sight. But I also see how quickly the winds of this world blow against it. I see how the relentless drizzle of daily anxieties and the sudden downpours of fear threaten to extinguish that flame, leaving you weary and cold. You have forgotten assignments, not out of rebellion, but out of a fractured focus. You have misplaced the blueprints I have given you because your table is cluttered with the trivial demands of the world. My voice is not a thunder of condemnation. It is the resonant call of a shepherd gathering his lost sheep. I am calling you back, not to punish you, but to realign you with the magnificent purpose for which you were formed. You must understand, my child, you are not a random thought. You are a masterpiece of my intention. Before the mountains were raised, before the oceans were poured into their basins, I knew you. I chose you. I wove into the very fiber of your being a seed of destiny, a unique and irreplaceable calling that only you can fulfill. Therefore, every second of your life is imbued with sacred potential. Every breath is a gift, a fresh opportunity to move in concert with my will. Every choice, no matter how small it may seem, sends ripples into eternity. You are not designed to wander aimlessly in the fog of confusion, questioning your every step. I am the God of clarity, and I have placed a compass in your spirit that always points to me. The path is there, but you have allowed the voices of others, the echoes of past failures, and the loud roar of worldly ambition to drown out the quiet, clear instructions I whisper to your soul. Yet even in your wandering, my gaze has never left you. My love is not a conditional reward for your performance. It is a relentless, pursuing force that has chased you through every valley of distraction. You are mine, and I do not abandon what belongs to me. I speak with urgency because time, as you perceive it, is a finite and precious resource. So many of my children live under the illusion of an infinite number of tomorrows. They believe there will always be a more convenient season, a better opportunity, a later date to get serious about their calling. But my kingdom operates on a celestial schedule of divine appointments, kairos moments. These are sacred windows of opportunity, orchestrated for your specific journey. I have arranged divine encounters with people who hold keys for you. I have prepared breakthroughs that are designed to shatter long-standing barriers. I have set open doors before you that led to territories of blessing and influence. However, these opportunities are tethered to your obedience and your attentiveness. They are not static fixtures. They are moving currents in the river of time. When you hesitate, you risk the current passing you by. When you delay, you are not only postponing your own blessing, but also hindering the deliverance and provision for every person connected to your destiny. Your obedience is never just about you. It is about a chain of impact that I have designed to flow through you. Do not listen to the lie that says you are too weak to overcome these distractions. Do not entertain the thought that the pull of the world is too strong. When you surrendered your life to me, it was not a mere philosophical agreement. It was a divine transaction. I did not leave you as an orphan to fend for yourself. I placed within you my own spirit, the very essence of my power, my wisdom, and my love. And the scripture is true. Where my spirit is, there is liberty. Liberty from the chains of addiction, liberty from the grip of fear, liberty from the prison of comparison, liberty from the endless, exhausting cycle of distraction. You feel alone, but your feelings have deceived you. In moments of profound isolation, when you felt the world had forgotten you, I was closer than your own breath. When you, in your pain or shame, turned your face from me, I did not turn my back. I pursued you with a love so fierce it would cross any chasm to bring you home. Your assignment is not small. The enemy works tirelessly to convince you of its insignificance because he knows its true, eternal weight. He will tell you that your prayers are unheard, that your acts of kindness are meaningless, that the path I have called you to is a dead end. He is a liar. Every act of obedience, no matter how hidden from the eyes of men, is a monumental event in the spiritual realm. Every prayer whispered in faith launches angelic activity. Every word of truth you speak in love disarms the powers of darkness. Every time you choose my will over your comfort, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of my kingdom. You may not see the forest for the single seed you plant today, but I am the Lord of the harvest. I see the generations that will find shade under the tree that grows from your faithfulness. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. The most colossal redwood began as a seed no bigger than your fingertip. Trust me, the master gardener, to bring the growth. Your labor in me is never, ever in vain. My child, I see how the noise of the world captivates you. It is a constant carnival of flashing lights, loud promises, and fleeting pleasures. Your phone buzzes, your schedule screams, your anxieties clamor for attention. These things are designed to appeal to the flesh, to the part of you that craves instant gratification. But they are like salt water to a thirsty man. They promise relief, but only deepen the thirst. They leave you more empty, more weary, more desperate than before. Only I am the fountain of living water. Only in my presence can your soul find the deep, abiding satisfaction it was created for. Every moment you give to hollow distractions, you are starving your spirit and feeding your flesh. But every moment you consecrate to me, you are nourishing the eternal part of you. And from that place, rivers of true life, joy, and peace will flow. Think of the words I have spoken to you in the past. Think of the dreams I have placed in your heart, the instructions I whispered in the quiet of the morning. They are not expired. My words do not have a shelf life. Return to them, write them down, meditate on them. The enemy's primary strategy is to make you forget the promises that carry the keys to your next season. He wants you to abandon the very mission that is destined for your breakthrough. He will use your past failures as evidence against you, whispering, "You are disqualified. You failed too many times. You're not holy enough. Look at what you did last week." But my voice thunders over his pathetic whispers. My mercy is new every morning. My grace is not just sufficient for you, it is perfected in the very areas of your weakness. Your past does not define you. My blood does. Your weakness does not disqualify you. It qualifies you for my strength to be displayed through you. Stop measuring your progress against the curated highlight reels of others. Comparison is a thief of joy and a poison to purpose. I have carved out a path that is uniquely yours. It will have different terrain, different challenges, and different scenery than anyone else's. When you look to your left and your right, you take your eyes off of me, your author and your finisher. I am the one who began this good work in you, and I am faithful to bring it to its glorious completion. Your only responsibility is to keep your eyes fixed on me. The battle for your focus is waged on two fronts. Externally, the world screams for your allegiance. Internally, a chorus of fears, doubts, and anxieties clamors for your attention. But I am greater than the world, and I am greater than the turmoil within you. The command to be still and know that I am God is not a gentle suggestion, it is a battle strategy. In the stillness, you silence the enemy. In the stillness, you starve your fears. In the stillness, you allow my presence to recalibrate your entire being. You do not need to have all the answers. You simply need to trust the one who knows. When you yield your frantic efforts, I will guide your every step. When you surrender your perceived strength, I will infuse you with my limitless power. When you trust me in the darkness, I will provide the light. I am calling you with such urgency now because the blessings I long to release are not mere trinkets. They are custom-designed provisions, forged for your specific destiny, with your name engraved upon them. They are tools, mantles, and resources meant to equip you for the wars to come and the territory I am giving you. But I cannot pour this new wine into an old, cracked, distracted wineskin. I cannot place a royal mantle on shoulders that are stooped with the weight of worldly cares. My withholding is not a sign of my displeasure. It is a sign of my profound love. I love you too much to give you something that you are not prepared to handle, something that could ultimately harm you or others. I must align you before I can release the abundance. The process is my priority. I hear you, my child. I hear the cries for change, the desperate pleas for a breakthrough. Every tear you have shed in secret is a prayer I have collected. Nothing is lost on me, but I have questions for you. Are you willing to obey even when you do not understand? Are you willing to lay down the habits, the relationships, the comforts that I ask you to release? Are you willing to take a step of faith into the unknown, trusting only in my presence to be your guide? So many desire the promised land, but few are willing to endure the wilderness journey required to get there. But understand this, the wilderness is not a punishment. It is my training ground. It is where I strip away your self-sufficiency, where I teach you to depend on me for your daily bread, where I refine your character like gold in the fire, preparing you to carry the weight of the promise without being crushed by it. The world around you is groaning. Darkness is not just growing, it is becoming bolder. But my light is also growing brighter in the hearts of those who are wholly mine. I am raising up a generation of sons and daughters who will not bow to the culture, who will not compromise the truth, who will carry my glory with unshakable courage. You are one of them. Your placement in this time and in this place is no accident. It is a divine appointment. Therefore, your voice matters. Your choices matter. Your obedience in what feels like the mundane matters. Every single time you choose me over a distraction, you are partnering with heaven. Angels are dispatched. Generational curses are broken. Spiritual atmospheres are shifted. Do not ever underestimate the cataclysmic power of a single act of faith. Do you remember, my child? Do you remember the fire of your first love? The days when my presence was all you craved, when an hour spent in prayer felt like a minute, when the sound of my name was the sweetest music to your ears. I am still the same God. My love for you has not cooled. My arms are still open wide. It is you who has allowed the dust of the world to settle on your heart, dimming the flame. But even now, with a single breath of your surrendered yes, I can fan that ember back into a roaring blaze. Turn back to me with all your heart. Do not be satisfied with a shallow, surface-level relationship with the God of the universe. There is so much more. Go deeper. Carve out a secret place, a sacred space in your day that is non-negotiable, where it is just you and I. In that place, I will unveil mysteries of my kingdom. I will give you divine strategies to overcome the enemy. I will heal the wounds you have hidden from everyone. I will open your eyes to see as I see, beyond the veil of the natural and into the reality of the eternal. But it requires a holy desperation. You must desire me more than you desire comfort, more than you desire approval, more than you desire the fleeting pleasures of this age. I am a jealous God, not because I am insecure, but because I am the source of all life, and I know that anything you choose over me will ultimately lead to your sorrow. Why would you dig your own broken cisterns that can hold no water when I stand before you, the ever-flowing fountain of life itself? Come and drink. I know the secret weight you carry, the battles you fight behind a smiling face, the tears that wet your pillow in the dead of night, the fears that coil in your stomach, fears you dare not name. I am not a distant deity observing your pain from afar. I am Immanuel, God with you. I am with you in the pain. I am the one who catches your tears in a bottle. I am the one who lifts your weary head. I am the one who stands between you and the accuser. Cast your burdens upon me, my child. Unload the crushing weight of your anxieties, your failures, and your striving. You were never meant to carry what I already carried to the cross. The assignments I give are not meant to crush you. They are opportunities designed to reveal my power through you. Yes, they will stretch you. But in the stretching, you will discover strengths you never knew you had, because they are my strengths, not your own. There are people connected to your destiny who are waiting. They are waiting for the light that I have placed within you to shine. Their healing is tied to your obedience. Their freedom is linked to your faithfulness. Their hope is contingent on your willingness to say yes to me, even with a trembling heart. Do not bury the gifts I have entrusted to you. Do not hide your light under a bushel of fear and insecurity. Let it shine. For in doing so, you not only glorify me, but you become a lighthouse for others who are lost in the storm, drawing them to the hope that you have found in me. I am not calling you to be perfect. I am calling you to be a prison. I am not asking for flawless strength. I am asking for you to offer me your weaknesses so I can fill them with my strength. All I need is your willing heart, a heart that says, "Yes, Lord." From that simple, surrendered yes, I can do more than you could ever ask, think, or imagine. The spiritual harvest is ripe, but the laborers are so few. So many are distracted, so many are asleep. I am calling you to awaken, to rise up, to take your place as a laborer in my field. This is the hour. This is the moment. Do not wait for a louder sign or a more convenient time. Now listen closely, for I want to arm you with wisdom from the ages. You are not the first of my children to wrestle with a wandering eye. My own word is filled with cautionary tales, not to condemn, but to protect you. Look at Eve in the garden. She lived in a state of perfect communion, surrounded by my manifest presence and boundless provision. Yet she allowed a single, subtle question from the serpent to distract her from the clarity of my one command. Did God really say? That whisper of doubt shifted her focus from my goodness to a perceived restriction. A moment's distraction, a single act of disobedience, and the peace of paradise was shattered. My child, be vigilant against any voice that causes you to question my character or my commands. Consider Lot's wife. My angels were pulling her by the hand, an urgent rescue from imminent destruction. The command was simple: flee and do not look back. But her heart was still entangled in Sodom. The distraction of nostalgia, of longing for the life she was leaving behind, of a life of compromise, is so powerful that a single glance backward sealed her fate. My child, how often do you look back at the past I have redeemed you from? Release what I have commanded you to leave behind. Your future is forward. Remember Samson, my consecrated one. I poured supernatural strength into him, setting him apart for a great purpose, to deliver my people. But he was distracted by the allure of forbidden desire. He dallied with temptation, believing his strength made him invincible. He toyed with the very things that were designed to destroy him, until he was left blind, grinding grain in the prison of his enemies, his great calling seemingly lost. Do not be so arrogant as to think you can play with the fire of sin and not be burned. The temporary pleasure of distraction leads to the permanent pain of a forfeited destiny. Think of David, a man after my own heart. In a season when kings were to be at war, leading their men, David was distracted by leisure. He stayed behind. In that idleness, his eyes wandered, and a single lustful glance from his rooftop plunged him, his family, and the entire nation into a vortex of sin, sorrow, and death. My child, stay in your post. Remain in your assignment. Idleness is the devil's workshop, creating a space for temptation to take root. Recall Martha, my dear friend. She loved me and she served me with all her might, but she was distracted with much serving. She was so consumed by the tasks she was doing for me that she missed the opportunity to be with me. Her sister, Mary, chose the one thing that was necessary, to sit at my feet and receive from me. My child, do not confuse busyness with fruitfulness. Your service for me must flow from your intimacy with me, not become a substitute for it. Look at Peter, walking on the water in a moment of sublime faith. As long as his eyes were locked on mine, he did the impossible. He defied the laws of nature. But the moment he was distracted by the wind and the jivis, the circumstances of his storm, he began to sink. Distraction will always magnify the size of your storm and minimize the size of your God. Keep your eyes on me, and you will walk on top of the very things that threaten to drown you. Think of my people Israel in the wilderness. I delivered them from slavery with signs and wonders. I split the sea, vanquished their enemies, and fed them with bread from heaven. Yet they were constantly distracted by fear at the border of the promised land, distracted by grumbling when they faced hardship, distracted by a craving for the leeks and onions of Egypt, the very place of their bondage. My child, do not let the discomfort of the journey distract you into longing for the bondage I have set you free from. Consider Solomon, to whom I gave wisdom, wealth, and peace beyond measure. His reign was a golden age, but his heart was slowly led astray by 1,000 small distractions that became a torrent. Foreign wives, their foreign gods, political alliances that compromised his devotion. He who wrote Proverbs about wisdom became a fool for love of the world, and his heart was no longer fully mine. My child, even the wisest and most blessed can fall if they do not diligently guard their hearts. No one is immune to the slow erosion of compromise. See Judas, who walked with me daily. He heard the Sermon on the Mount from my own lips. He saw me heal the blind and raise the dead. He was part of my inner circle. Yet the quiet distraction of greed, a love for money, grew in his heart like a cancer until it choked out all loyalty and love. For 30 pieces of silver, he traded away the Son of God and his own eternal soul. Beware the subtle allure of wealth. It is a master that will tolerate no other. These are not just ancient stories. They are living warnings for your soul. The enemy's tactics have not changed. He still uses fear, desire, pride, greed, nostalgia, and even religious busyness to pull you off the path I have set for you. He knows he cannot defeat me, so he focuses all his energy on distracting you, hoping you will waste the precious, unrepeatable days of your life on things that have no eternal value. Therefore, lay aside every weight. Cast off the sin that so easily entangles. Run with endurance the specific race that I have set before you, looking only to me. Anchor your soul in my word, for it is an unshakable rock in the shifting sands of culture. Pray without ceasing, for in that constant communion you draw your strength from me. Walk in love, for it is the highest calling and the ultimate weapon. Fix your eyes, my child, stay focused. The finish line is glorious, and the reward I hold for you is a crown of life that will never fade. I need you. The world needs the gift I have placed in you. The time is now. Say yes to me with your whole heart and watch as I part the seas before you. Watch as I make a way where there is no way. Watch what I will do in you and through you for my glory. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are called. Now, rise up and walk in it. Amen.